Hello, dear. It is my esteemed pleasure to present to you with a splendid opportunity for luxurious riches with a net worth of $850 million USD. All you need to do is simply to listen to this beautiful podcast, and everything that you desire will be yours. In the event that you refuse, I have acquired private footage of you executing dirty activities upon your own person that I will share it with your entire contacts list unless you kindly transmit $17 billion USD to me in cryptocurrency. Many blessings and best wishes. Hello, dear.
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear.
How are you tonight?
Good. This is nice. We've changed locations, and I enjoy variety.
Likewise. We're on some naughty shit tonight. We're starting at 10:38
This is
p.m.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of late hours.
Yeah.
Demon
freaky.
time,
Yeah,
as you say.
It's true. It is demon time, which I like.
Kind of sleepover vibes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the? Did you guys ever do if you ever did a sleepover? Did you ever do anything like particularly scandalous or like evil or naughty or anything?
Yeah, like jack off at the same time at like a Cinemax porno. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like
That's a classic.
I feel like, yeah, I've heard. I never did that. Actually,
never too late to start.
Has
to be softcore though.
Oh, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
It was on Cinemax, so it was always like just sort of softly lit.
And then you guys were you just like you just couldn't help yourself, or was it just like let's just do it? Because I know people do it as like a challenge, kind of.
I did do that once too. In I mean, honestly, kind of disturbingly old to do 17. We were just. This is how we're starting the episode, I guess. We're me and my friend just decided, wouldn't it be weird if we tried to jack off at the same time? And we did, and we were like, yeah, that is weird. Yeah, our hypothesis has been confirmed by empirical data.
Yeah.
But before
You're all
that,
about research, though. I like that.
That's true. Yeah, we had to see, and then before that, it was like middle school, early high school, and that was just like first early glimmers of.
It's like,
oh my god, there's boobs on this channel,
and you have to.
Yeah, so that was more. So that we didn't honestly like. I don't think anybody did it to completion at that point.
Right, but it's just like it really is like a frenzy, like a personal frenzy when you like realize.
That you have these desires.
Yeah, I can do this now.
I can do that at any time, anywhere. No, it is, yeah.
That is true, yeah. And it's like, what better? I mean, yeah, why not? That like, what better place? You're with all your friends.
That's true, yeah. Safe space.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like tripping on mushrooms. You have like people around you to, take care of you in case anything goes awry.
Yeah. But yeah, this does feel good. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, we're at my apartment now. We've done it in Charles's apartment. So yeah, now we've stepped foot in both spaces.
Mm-hmm. Feels good. Barclay's next. Barclay's next, and then
has anyone ever done a live podcast in an arena?
Actually, yes, but not like. Not just a regular podcast like this. I think Kiltony did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did Madison Square Garden, right? Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's literally that's like if Joker was like 5 minutes longer, that was the next scene. It's like they're all like going down the street.
Wow. Kiltony fully deux. That's the name of the sequel to Joker, yeah. It's a musical.
There is a band. There's a Kiltony
That's right,
band.
yeah. No,
so
it's already there.
This tracks.
God damn, dude. The Joker would probably kill on Kiltony.
True. He'd be nice.
Yeah.
And then who would be like the panel? It'd be obviously Tony and Red Band. And
Batman?
Then, Yeah.
The Justice League.
You guys aren't going to believe my next guest.
Dude, let's jump into the agenda. We got a lot to cover today.
True.
So first, what did you eat this week, Charles, that you want to talk about?
Okay. The thing I noted down was pad see ew.
Yeah. I'm seeing it written down. It's a very tasty dish, but it's funny that it has ew in the name.
I know. And like saying it is always
a little soft. Yeah. It's
a little soft, and always as like a white guy, it's like it never comes off confident.
Yeah, damn. That's right.
But it's probably...
And if you try to really give it the authentic pronunciation, you just sound like you're doing like a racist voice.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Because I've also, earlier today, I like was just looking around at menus, and I saw a Thai restaurant spell the pad part PHAT.
Oh.
And I wonder if that's authentic. I wonder if that's...
Oh, it wasn't like this is fat.
No, yeah, that's a
that would be like
flavor.
so outdated too. Yeah. Did anyone ever use fat PHAT as earnestly to mean cool or awesome?
Probably, but I
remember the only way I ever heard of it was like corny people trying to use it to appeal to the I don't know, like early 2000s comedies or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I've never heard the authentic article.
That's a really good point.
Thank you.
And I wonder who you were. I wonder who, because it must have at some point, and it was probably said. I mean, that is a good question though, because like we take it as everyone understands that people are like here's the thing you make fun of when an older person or something is trying to be cool, but it's like, where did we hear that at first? I don't know. I guess like middle school kids brought that home or something. That's just the vibe I get.
Yeah.
But knows? I don't know where it trickled down from.
But the fat CU.
I wonder if that's authentic.
I know, yeah, it could be. Yeah. I
also kind of like having to pronounce it poorly and not confidently.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the kind of acceleration of ordering stuff online, you don't have to say any of it.
You have to. Yeah, no, I like that.
And it's I'm a little bit more in touch.
Productive discomfort.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, so, you're earning your ethnic cuisine.
Yeah,
and you're engaging in intercultural dialogue.
Yeah, and
even
I think
if it's clumsy.
Yeah, it's clumsy.
I'm for it, dude. I think that's great.
Thank you. And I think I don't know. Maybe they do make fun of me when I leave or something, but it's like I'll let them have that.
They're just happy for the business.
Yeah, that's good.
So it says here potentially from a ghost kitchen. What is that? What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means.
The one that I noted down, I did order online. From it was an Uber Eats thing, and Ghost Kitchen. So Ghost Kitchen is, literally not actually a restaurant. It's like a trailer, and restaurants kind of like give recipes to cooks in these places, and they're made specifically for Uber Eats or like DoorDash or something, and it's just for the sake of convenience. So it's like literally just a trailer on like, kind of further away, like a megabus drive. You know what I mean?
That's
it's like
wild.
far.
Is it attached to an existing restaurant, or will they create a whole new restaurant?
It's just a trailer.
Wow.
It's just like, and it's usually never a restaurant.
Really depressing to think about.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of food, I think, from Uber Eats and these like delivery apps come from ghost kitchens because it's like, because of the volume of the orders and stuff, and it's it's probably good for the restaurant, like the restaurants that are on there.
Yeah,
because they're like, we can just give them a few things. People will cook this.
Wow,
it is depressing. And
dude, I'm just thinking about a shipping container, just an absolutely like grim scenario.
They're doing Benihana.
Yeah, exactly.
The shrimps hitting the roof.
That is funny to think. Yeah, you have Benihana in a ghost kitchen, so it's like there are no customers, but he has to triple flip the shrimp. Otherwise, like they can tell at home, like they can tell this was not.
It wasn't.
They can tell there was no, rigmarole and theatrics with the shrimp.
I think, and we can perhaps like do research on this. I'm pretty sure it's easy to tell a lot of the time if what a ghost kitchen looks like, and it's like usually the restaurant's called it's just like a normal restaurant name, but then the pictures are like Uber marketing, you know what I mean? It's like very there's a lot of after touching up and it's manicured very neatly and shiny and everything, and it's like this is
a very depressing phenomenon I think about.
Ghost kitchens are weird, but I guess
it's good for the businesses, maybe.
I hope. I wonder. Hopefully the restaurants make a lot, because it's like I don't even know if the people that were employees of the restaurant, like I wonder if these are just like technically it's a similar deal where it's like the people that cook in these ghost kitchens are essentially like the Uber drivers of cooks or something.
Right.
Not actually employees, they just have a recipe.
Oh.
I don't know how
so
that
they're
works.
they're gig worker cooks, they're not employees of the...
Perhaps, but I mean...
Or it's just like anyone can sign up for the app, like Ghost Kitchen. There's like the customer and chef option. And you're like, oh, fuck, I got to make Thai food.
Yeah. They just put you in a kitchen. Yeah, it sounds like a Saw challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it is just people that work at the restaurant. I don't know. I just know that they're they're trailers and there's multiple types of food being cooked in them. Like these trailers.
The Bear should do that the next season.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great plot point. I just had never seen the name of this restaurant before.
Right.
But maybe it's just a place that just began to deliver. But it was.
But how was it? Was it good?
It was actually it was good.
Nice.
It was good.
That's a nice meal, because the last couple times
this is an actual
this is an actual meal. You were like, all right, I ate Chex Mix and then I ate onion rings, so we're graduating to
I had to come correct for this one. I couldn't
I can't say the same about me. I feel like I'm regressing, or every I swear I eat pretty well, but the last 3 times we've recorded, the meal that I ate was halal fries,
right,
then Wawa wrap, and now tonight Mexican chorizo fries.
Yeah.
So
sleepover
food. That's true. Yeah.
Also, the wrap feels not too abnormal to me.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's abnormal. It's just not a particularly...
Sure, it's not a complete...
I think to a listener who is unfamiliar with me, I think it just sounds like I eat like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, true. No,
sorry to interrupt, but one thing I was thinking about this. I don't particularly have body image issues, but I recently, and just for full transparency, I'm 6'4", 225 currently, and I remember I recently looked it up, and apparently I have the same BMI as Trump's, at least what Trump's official BMI is.
Wait,
and that was a little tough to see. I think probably that's not his real BMI, but
there's no way.
It was funny to be like,
I know
I'm in the same weight class as Donald Trump.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I guess that gave me a little bit of a complex for a second, but
sure, I can see that. But also,
it sounds like my diet, as my on mic diet so far is leaves things to be desired, but very tasty. I mean, damn, these
everything
Mexican chorizo fries were unbelievable.
Yeah, they looked awesome. Everything. The 3 meals sound so good. Yeah. They sound great. You're also a great cook, and you're you're an active and passionate cook in the sense that you like cooking new things all the time. You don't just stick to stuff.
That's nice of you to say. I do feel like I have like 6 recipes that I orbit around, and then every few months there's a new one that
try
pops
something
in.
new.
But yeah.
Well, there's new. What you have listed here is new to me.
Oh yes, I have. I didn't make this. My girlfriend Mary did. Shout out my beautiful GF.
Shout out, hi Mary.
She made. It's kind of. I wrote stewed chicken with cumin. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it basically just like taco. Chicken
sure. Yeah.
but it was just like really tasty.
It sounds great.
Very good. Loved it. I also like cumin because it kind of looks like cumin.
Yeah.
So that's sick.
It does.
That's a good spice.
Cumin. It does, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just nice to. That's always like a little puts a little pep in your step.
It does. Yeah, it absolutely does. All right, let's move on to science. So
yes.
you brought forth a story. People with hypermobility more prone to long COVID. So tell me about this, Charles. I've read the story. It is very interesting. Tell me why it jumped out to you.
This is not okay. At first blush, I was like, "That's it." Okay, hypermobility at first was like I'd seen that, but like upon reading, it's like people who are very flexible.
Yes.
So one of the first thoughts, God's punishing them for being nasty freaks. But
you want to take out your rib to suck your own dick, Marilyn Manson? Well,
yeah, good luck going upstairs for the rest of your life. I mean, I think that's really, it's just people who are like have the potential to be real freaky styly.
Yeah.
Just are prone to long COVID. It's just an interesting. It was just,
dude. Yeah,
odd to me.
Yeah, the orgy scene and the Cirque du Soleil orgy scene has been cratered by the pandemic.
Yeah, I guess the other thing that. Well, what are your thoughts on this, and then we can go into personal experience.
So first, long COVID. Sounds like the nickname of an NBA player. Like how they call Kevin Durant Slim Reaper, like, yo, long COVID. So that I've thought about that before.
Yeah.
Tweeted it once, literally no engagement whatsoever. But I still think it's a funny idea.
Yeah.
The thing I thought about, well, first I know a couple people who suffer. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I guess they had long COVID. They suffered extensive effects of COVID, and it definitely rocked them pretty bad. It sucked. They had like, I don't know, they would like walk upstairs and have trouble catching their breath, and they were like young people. But there is, this whole story is also related to like chronic fatigue syndrome. Have you heard that before?
Yes.
And it's like all of this stuff is kind of like linked up because I guess it's like a joint. It's like a muscular. This affects the joints.
Okay.
And I guess chronic fatigue syndrome also does. And I'm just thinking about like librarians on Twitter who say that they're like disabled. But it's always some like vague thing.
Yeah.
That it's like, I guess that's real. The doctor did diagnose this, but it like doesn't sound real. But you're offended by like a Lizzo song right now or whatever.
Yes.
And I guess this article just feels like it's like I'm actually hypermobile.
It's true.
It just feels like the the infinity stones of like I'm disabled in these invisible ways.
No, it's true. This is like
and I disapprove of your opinion.
It's true. This is like an incredibly specific study.
And I just like the idea of it's like because saying that you're really flexible is kind of a brag.
Yeah.
It's like but it's like I have this disability where I'm like incredible at yoga. But it makes me prone to long COVID. It's just like this weird it's like my fatal flaw is I'm too flexible.
Yeah.
So that all came up to me. But I will say I believe that people can have long COVID, chronic fatigue syndrome. It's I believe in it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to put down anybody's ailments, but also sometimes when I see people talk about that stuff, it kind of makes me laugh.
I get it. I get it.
So
Man.
I don't know.
Yeah, look, no disrespect, but it is like I understand where you're coming from.
And listen, I'll say this: I'm a testicular cancer survivor.
Yes,
it's funny. It's a funny disease. So if you want to, you know, I'll look at some, you know, it's
I appreciate
mild.
you putting that out there.
Yeah.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
That's nice. Look, we're even. We're even. And you can...
I thought about this. You know how people say they're neurodivergent?
Yes.
I'm genitodivergent.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So as a genitodivergent individual...
I like that term.
Yeah, thank you.
You start using that.
I guess you can also say that just if you're like trying to say that you have like a huge cock, like I'm genitodivergent because my penis is very big or very small. Whatever. I think a lot of people can probably claim it. So,
well, I mean, I think the first step is spreading awareness, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Speaking, I do like how there's like at the end there's like a flip side where it's like the quote is, "There may be a subgroup of people with long COVID who are more likely to be hypermobile." So it's like, this could be new to someone where it's like, I have long COVID, but it's like, well, did you hear about the study? You might also be able to suck your own dick.
Yeah.
So it's not all bad.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
Dude, I think
drink some of that elixir to...
Yeah.
Damn,
there have
that's
been
nice.
times, I know.
That's a very funny thing to say to us. Like, yeah, like I can't like walk a block without like losing my breath.
Yeah.
It's like, have you tried like a sun salute? You might be better at it than you thought. It's like, thanks.
Yeah, you might be able to do the crane pose. What's the one where you like wrap your leg around your own leg?
Dude, I don't know. Crane sounds right.
So hard.
Yeah.
There have been times where I'm like, I think I have long COVID.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, lately
Is it brain fog or fatigue?
Fatigue. And it feels, I just notice it like here and there. And then also like the first time I got COVID, and I think this is probably just a normal effect, but my sense of like taste and smell didn't come back. It took like a while.
Oh, wow.
It took like another month or something.
It's back now though.
It's back.
In 100% or?
Probably not, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm always, I can never tell, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I guess I didn't pay enough attention to my taste buds.
Yeah, one of my friends who had it, like coffee tasted bad, like maybe still.
It didn't taste good when I had it, and I couldn't taste anything. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like, all right, maybe I'm just a little bit more tired, but I'm not. What do? I just gotta.
Dude, so there's long COVID. What, do you think there's like a fat COVID? Just different like physical descriptions of COVID.
Ooh.
What do you think fat COVID would be?
I was just going to ask you.
I guess dying of it because you are fat. I guess that's the most literal.
Yeah, but that's true though, because it's like the fat version of, like when people like dress up as stuff, and it's like, this is the fat version of.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, maybe just a COVID that hits you really fucking hard, but
fat COVID, PHAT.
Like, that was fat COVID, like a fat blunt or something like that.
True.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, dude,
nice.
I had COVID twice, and the second time it definitely hit me pretty hard, and I loved it. because I got some time off of work. I was like teaching
Yeah.
like 15 classes per week at that time. I was just like super busy.
How could you not get it? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
totally. Yeah, and then it just rocked me, and I was just like on the couch reading. I read Ursula K. Le Guin's *The Dispossessed* during that time, which is a great
Ooh,
novel.
That sounds nice.
And I was just reading like 150 pages per day, just sort of. That was a fat COVID. Like
Yeah.
I was just like doing nothing.
Fat brain too.
Enjoy-
it's like that meme where you're sitting.
Exactly.
your
Yeah,
brain
I was
grows.
absorbing
That's
pure
sick.
knowledge. It was awesome, dude.
Reading that much is truly
It's awesome. Oh my god. You're living
galaxy brain.
Yeah, especially sci-fi because it's like on the scale of it is massive, you know.
Mhm.
And that was great. That was some of the best times I had.
That's so
year.
nice. I like that.
Should we move on to business, or do you want to say anything else about long COVID?
I don't think so. I guess just hang in there. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, hang in there, and again, I do. Long COVID's real. I don't want to make anybody upset.
No, I don't think you're minimizing it or anything.
Yeah. But I also my mind's affected by the lack of right testicle.
That's
My
true.
my right testicle is the one that contains my ability to filter my opinions, and so ever since then I've just been popping off, and
Look, maybe that's what's meant to happen.
that's true. Yeah, I'm a little more raw and real.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, apparently, so when you lose a testicle, the other testicle just does all the same work. It produces twice
Wow.
the semen and the
Damn.
It's like when a coworker gets fired, and you're like,
And you get
yeah,
and probably jacked now.
and it's like 7 times as big. It's freakish.
Got abs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
super sick.
All right, so the next story is business. This is about
Biz.
Adam Newman, formerly CEO of WeWork, is attempting to buy back the company. Tell me about this story.
So, do you know the history of the WeWork? Did you watch any of the documentaries or read any of the coverage of it when it was happening? I mean, there's still
I kept up with it very, very vaguely.
Yeah.
I know there was a show called We Crashed, and
I think there were there's that one. There might have been another
I guess
documentary.
the line on him is that he's just like a huge douche, and the company was way overvalued.
Yeah, it was way overvalued. He was really like very like he was advancing like the capabilities and what this could do before the business could like kind of catch up to it. And then they were like, I mean, they were just like doing all these kind of, in addition to WeWork, they had like a fucking preschool or some shit. They had like
They were trying to. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know they were trying to expand beyond office space.
It was because at one point they were also trying to have essentially the WeWork version of like a living, which is essentially a dorm.
Oh,
But it was
which is
like-
what his new company sounds like. Because it's I mean, I just to skip ahead to the end for a second.
No, I mean that's the thing that really is just like interesting to me.
Yeah, Newman has since returned to leadership and announced plans for the property venture Flow, focused on branded apartments targeting millennial rentals in 2022.
Yeah,
Branded apartments.
dude.
What?
I know. See, this
What
is
does that
the
look
thing.
like?
That's what is so attractive. I mean, what a tasty story to me. Just like, first of all, the name of the company being Flow is
I
like,
do like that. Yeah, that's very funny.
I mean, it's truly the perfect name for
Dude, and the
a
picture
dude
of him
like
in this
this.
article is amazing. He's
Yeah.
doing Italian hand, like the little. I don't know how to describe what this is, but where
I
you
think
keep your
people can picture. Yeah,
Yeah, and he has a headset mic, which is great, and long flowy hair, and he's just like he looks very convincing. I think he seems to be very charismatic.
he is really charismatic, and he's like, I mean, people like. Looking back on it, I think people they're like, there's like a cult like quality to
Yeah.
the way he grew up in Israel on a kibbutz.
Whoa.
So, I think that's accurate, but or he grew up in some sort of like a religious, like a community. So it's like this is essentially the
there's
capitalist version.
There's a messianic point of view that you might
So yeah, and he was just like very convincing. I mean, he's like a handsome dude, very like suave, and you know he's cool. He's like modern day, you know, CEO. Kind of renegade-ish.
I'll quote like the executive would convince employees to take shots of pricey Don Julio tequila, work 20-hour days, and attend 2 a.m. meetings, according to the New York Times. He would convince them to smoke marijuana at work, dance to Journey around a fire in the woods on weekend excursions, smoke more pot, and drink more tequila.
Yeah.
Exhausting. Can you imagine working for that guy?
I would hate it, man.
Yeah. It'd probably be exciting in the beginning. It's like, oh my God, cool. Like, I'm drinking with my boss. And dude, he smokes weed. And then 5 years later, you like have no life. And
I know. It's true.
It sounds rough.
Yeah. I mean, he really like pushes it's like everything in one. Like, you work here, you live here, your social life is here, which maybe that is a good thing, but under these circumstances, I mean, also I'm not saying as like an advocate. It's just like I just don't know, but I mean, clearly this business model like is not working. But I guess
very funny to me that I didn't know he grew up in Israel.
Yeah,
the Israeli real estate agent being such like a
I know
such like a character. It's like wow, it's just funny to think of him going like one step beyond and like because he's essentially just like a weird like real estate guy. Yeah,
yes. I mean that was I think the real like appeal of the WeWork thing was the real estate aspect was like the buildings they had.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what the status is now. I mean, they filed for bankruptcy, so it's like they're probably getting rid of all those.
Wow.
But yeah, it was also kind of funny, or at least kind of funny to me is Newman. So Flow,
that is what a great name for a company.
It's just
that's
like
awesome.
It's okay. It's such a of the moment name for a company
of this moment, like 2020.
That most likely day-to-day work is drudgery,
right?
But the thing they're selling is
I'm in a total flow state in my branded apartment.
My branded apartment. Yeah. A branded apartment is such a interesting concept to me because like I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Like, how would that work? Like, would you have like rent? Like, would your rent be lower because you are like, or do you have to advertise for Uber Eats or something, and then you pay half rent? Like, it makes no sense to me.
True. What advertiser would you allow to like put some shit on your door for cheaper rent?
Damn. Do you have an answer to that? I don't know if I can think of one. Barnes & Noble. There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, I would. A good one. I literally have a Barnes & Noble tote bag and I'm trying to rep them a little more.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's like a actually noble one.
Yeah, no pun intended.
I didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
Dude, also Flo wants to like. There's like the joint bid is with this hedge fund called Third Point, which is
what do you think that means?
So Third Point is actually I don't know what it means, but Third Point is the spin-off hedge fund of a company. I believe it's called SAC.
Okay.
Capital Advisors, which was a hedge fund in Greenwich, and the guy who was in charge of it, a similar thing happened where he almost, or maybe he did even go to jail for like insider trading or some shit. So it was like, and it was like a massive hedge fund, and then I think he went to jail for a little bit, and then as soon as he got out of jail, Third Point happened.
Oh, this guy's involved in Third Point.
It's him.
Wow.
It's literally his like quote unquote family. It's just all his money as a hedge fund. I'm sure there's investors at this point now, but it's just a funny link up to me.
The only hedge fund thing I know anything about is Ray Dalio.
Oh yeah, that's another cultish.
Yes,
guy,
very cultish.
right?
Yeah, he like he's big on radical transparency. That's the big thing where it's like he'll employees will just walk up to each other in the office and be like, "I think your sweater looks ugly."
Damn.
And your everything you've been doing this quarter has been subpar. Just like they'll just give each other these like brutal, like unsolicited. And I think also like everyone like tracks each other somehow. It's very
That's
like
right.
it's very totalitarian.
Yeah, there's a weird ass. I remember hearing about some like managers they're always carrying around like iPads or something.
Dude, yes, exactly. That's what it is.
With like metrics.
Brutal.
Yeah, and then you just come up and you got tiny nuts,
Yeah.
bitch.
And I think he wrote a book called like Principles.
That's right.
It's very L. Ron Hubbardy, you know.
Oh, yo. Also, that is very sci-fi, like new futurist
dude,
something.
Exactly. Yeah.
But speaking of that, and I think we can probably find it on the internet still. Before Ray Dalio's people raced to get it taken down, but I think a couple of years ago, Ray Dalio made like an hour-long interview video with Diddy.
Oh. It's awesome.
I think it's literally like how to be like a business maverick, which honestly might be
the Diddy downfall. It's like Cosby level of like just this person who is so embedded in like the halls of power, especially. And it's just funny because now it's like Cosby wasn't like in the entrepreneur world really, but Diddy is. So there's so many entrepreneur guys who like have to take down pictures with Diddy, and man,
it's true.
Wow.
It's a really interesting dude. Also, another weird. I always like this one about Diddy, this like achievement, but I think he might be like this. Okay, so every year the CFDA is it's like the Council of Fashion Designers of like something.
America?
I think it's America, but it feels like it's worldwide or something. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it is just America.
Yeah.
Maybe the A is America. But Diddy won that.
Oh.
For Sean John, which is just a really interesting, like, because everything else was like very high fashion.
Yeah, Sean John was huge.
Yeah. So
dude, my uncle had like a Sean John.
That's
not a black person. I should just to be clear, but I think he pulled it off.
That's so sick.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, the widespread
man. Did you ever watch Making the Band?
Yeah,
that shit was good.
It was really good.
Did you watch the famous episode where he makes them walk to get a cheesecake? Brilliant.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, it is funny. It's like, it's so cliche to be like, we saw the sign. It's like he is truly abusing these people.
No, absolutely, yeah. But at the time, I think everybody was like, "No, of course." It's like you got to
pay your dues. You got to walk to go get cheesecake.
There were some good rappers on there. I don't remember their names, but I remember like I watched one season. There were like two really good ones.
Yeah,
but I can't.
I forget their names too. But there were a couple dudes from Philly.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it took place in New York, so there's probably a bunch of New York rappers.
Yeah,
Making the Band was so good.
Damn, dude, can't. Yeah, you have to buy that shit on the dark web now.
I know. It's true. He's also really funny in Get Him to the Greek.
Oh yeah, I mean that movie is funny, and people have pointed this out, but it's like, dude, Russell Brand, Jonah Hill, Diddy, like, oh my god.
Were any of them in a dress at any point in that movie? You know what I mean? It's just like there's literally everything for.
Jonah Hill's is just like, he's like, uses therapy speak to control his girlfriends.
Right.
Which actually, what brings us to the next topic I wanted to talk about.
Dude,
if you want to, Andrew Huberman.
Yeah, I'm glad you put this on the agenda.
I don't know how long we have to spend on this, because I imagine that male podcasters are on the case about this particular story.
Yeah.
But I did read the article, very entertaining. Not sure it's really that newsworthy.
Yeah.
The crux of it is Andrew Huberman cheated on, was in like relationships with like 6 different women with whom he said to them, "This is monogamous."
Whoa!
And the idea is like he was very controlling and verbally kind of abusive sometimes, and uses a lot of self-aware, self-healing therapy speak to sort of manipulate other people. Kind of is like the pattern, but honestly, it's not. I think he'll be fine after this story.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think it's like he's not going to be able to work again. But there's some great lines in the story. Well, first this is in the beginning. Yeah. I really enjoy this introduction. Andrew Huberman is a stiff, jacked 48-year-old associate professor of neurology and ophthalmology at the Stanford University School of Medicine.
Wow, stiff,
jacked. I just like that jacked has, and I want to talk about jacked a little bit later, but I like that jacked is now like acceptable journalistic language.
Yeah,
that like would be like in a major magazine.
That's true. That is like New York Post language.
Yeah, very much so.
Jacked.
Okay, then this is just a good line. The problem with a man always working on himself is that he may also be working on you. It's pretty good, right?
That is pretty good, actually. Yeah.
And that's I think, and that's sort of I would say that's the theme of the story in general. Is that
is actually a good encapsulation of the vibe I get. This is an article that I like started reading, and I was like, oh shit, this is so long.
It's very long. Yeah.
I will read it, but I'm also not like.
It's sexy too. Like
really,
it kind of, there's parts where it's like when he's like first meeting the women that he kind of is with, and it talks about their like early infatuation. It's like it's hot, it's erotic.
That's awesome. He was piping too.
Well, also it's like with every woman it's like she thought they were monogamous, so she was willing to let him have unprotected sex with her. That mentions that like multiple times.
Damn, that's fucked up.
He's going raw. Yeah,
that's really fucked up.
I think one of them got HPV possibly because of him.
Yo.
So it is, it's not.
So that's
great.
that is very sleazy.
Okay, so then I'm just flipping through the things that jumped out to me. This is a Huberman classic, I guess, and I've tried it a couple times. It's actually really good. The physiological sigh: 2 short breaths in, 1 long breath out.
Ooh, that is nice.
Feels good.
It does feel good.
It's nice, yeah. It relieves you. So I got Huberman gave that gift to the world.
I know that is it's like I don't know if I've ever really listened to any of his content, but it's actually, you know what? I think I may have listened to like briefly him talk to like a scientist about sleep.
I think I think the science is probably right, because he is a real working.
Yeah.
But then I guess the criticism about him is that he has a pretty specific realm of expertise, which is he studies the way that the visual system correlates with the brain. So his studies involve like severing the optical nerves of mice and then seeing how they regrow and whatever. But then he'll talk about like anything on his podcast.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like one of my projects at the moment is me and JT Parr, another comedian. We interview scientists. Mm-hmm. The thing we've noticed as we've talked to them is that these scientists are often incredibly nervous and unwilling to make any claim outside of the very specific thing that they study, because they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't done replicable studies on this. So it's like, and he's not like that. He's like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking talk about whatever.
Yeah, true.
So that's the difference. He's like he started as a scientist, but now he's just like a public figure.
Yeah. Who's
just kind of willing to talk about whatever with some realm of, certainty. And then, he pushes like AG1 supplements, which, and the supplement industry, is not super legitimate, I guess.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's not
so I guess that these are some of the like criticisms you could push toward him. But the thing, what I liked about this article, one of the things is that it interviews one of the women that he cheated on, and she'll like talk about these horrible things that happened in their relationship, and he didn't talk to the journalist, but like spokespeople did. When the spokespeople deny the things that she says in the article, it always makes for a funny paragraph. So a spokesperson for Huberman denies Sarah's accounts of their fights, denies that his rage intensified with cohabitation, denies that he fixated on Sarah's decision to have children with another man, and denies that he said being with her was like bobbing for apples and feces.
Damn, dude.
It's a very funny
that is,
list of denials.
Yeah. I mean, I guess lawyers have to do that to be like specifically like this is what.
Right. Yeah. And I also think it's kind of I think the writer too, like she could have just been like, spokespeople denied these claims, but it's funny to delineate everything they denied.
Yeah, true.
And then the last thing that made me laugh was that she caught him having an affair, and then he texted her, or I think he said this to her: "I hear your insights, and honestly, I appreciate them." Just a funny way to respond to like, you're cheating on me. It's like, thanks for bringing that to the table, and honestly, I appreciate it. That's just like
it's like it's so efficient communication. But like,
exactly. Yeah, it's kind of
non-human,
like woke business bro. Sort of,
that'd be good. Honestly, get him in the boardroom at Flow,
dude. Oh my god, yeah.
Maybe he's already.
I feel like him and Adam. Is it Adam Newman?
Adam Newman.
Yeah, there's a comedian named Adam Newman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at first, when I wrote this down, when I wrote Adam Newman's name down, I spelled it the comedian's way.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like Andrew Huberman and Adam Newman could have a meeting of minds. Yeah, they might have already. I don't know. I don't. Well, I think WeWork went out of business before Huberman blew up.
Yeah, Andrew Nuberman. It's their people. Their couple name.
Yeah. No, I like that. Dude, I know. Yeah, getting two people with that personality type, like cult leader, manipulative. That's how does that even work? Like who dominates the conversation?
Yeah, damn, that would be unbelievably irritating.
Yeah,
but
I wonder if to them it'd be irritating, or if they're just
true.
Holy, this is
just
like
is
exponentially
amazing.
Like
I would
building each other up.
Love to witness that. Damn, dude, I can't believe he was fucking so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's like a attractive.
There's one more thing.
Yeah.
So all the women eventually like met and started like comparing notes on like texting him, and he would like would talk to them in similar ways. So he had his little ways of checking in. Good morning, beautiful. There was a particular way he would respond to a sexy picture. Hi there.
Oh my god!
I'll probably text "Good morning, beautiful" to my girlfriend tomorrow because I think it's nice.
It is nice,
and I'm gonna incorporate "Hi there" too. Only with my one woman who I love, but it's he's a sexy guy.
Yeah, he is a sexy guy.
It reminds me of who's the guy from Maroon 5?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine, when his like sex came out, they were like hysterical.
Yeah, they were. They were like, so.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like,
what the fuck?
Yeah. It was like a really long fuck.
And listen, like, dude, anybody's sexts are gonna be so embarrassing out of context, but
it's like
always funny. I don't mind.
No, I don't mind. It's like, dude, look, you were in the zone.
Yeah,
get it in. It's funny to me that I'm seeing it, but I'm not. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way you're reacting. Hi
there,
dude. That's crazy though. Hi there is
how many? 1, 2, 3, 7 M. No, 6 M's. 6 M's.
Whoa, that's really long.
Yeah.
That's
you're
actually
really savoring. Yeah.
I mean, some would say longer than is efficient or necessary.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean, he is all about optimization, but he knows how to appreciate the fine things in life.
I guess that's true. I'm just thinking of like a man who's like so optimal is probably optimizing his like his dong too. So it's like he's probably studied like optimum erection.
Oh, sure. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
You know about that guy who's trying to be like, he's trying to live forever? Do you hear about this guy? He's like super rich.
I feel like there's a lot of guys that are trying to live forever. But who's?
Yeah. I forget his name. He's on Instagram, but he's currently. He's like maybe.
Oh, is he the one that gave his blood to his dad or something? He's been talking about
is his blood boy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's yeah. So I do know this guy.
Yeah. He is like a regimen for maximum efficient penis, where he like I think overnight
MEP.
I think overnight there's like something he like shocks his penis like a couple times overnight. Whoa. Because it like apparently. It does it I don't know. Whatever the sensation he gets from that kind of. Dude, he's trying to have like the youngest penis ever.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, I have a wrist alarm clock that gives you a small shock to wake you up.
Whoa!
It's called a Pavlok.
Wow.
I heard about it from Neil Brennan. He's psychotically wears one on stage to remind him to smile more.
Whoa!
But yeah,
so
I wear it and it wakes me up and it's very effective because it's not like a it's not like
it is actually kind of
like
nice.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest style.
Yeah, it's like a little. It's like
it just wakes you up.
It's
like it vibrates and then small shock and then you're like, all right, okay, time to get up.
That's nice. I actually kind of like that.
So I'm not far away from now. I'm like, should I wrap it or should I wrap that around my hard penis?
I mean, look. If you're ready for your penis to be like 18 again.
Yeah, I don't know if I am, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Someone commented on this dude's Instagram a few weeks ago where he was like talking that it was just like, bro looks 50-12. Which is just because he does just look very old, but then he's also
youthful features.
Yeah, I guess
that's wild, man.
He doesn't. I mean, look. Good for him for trying this experiment with the money he has.
Yeah,
I think it's
Do you know
the
where
best
his money
use.
Came from?
I think, yeah, vaguely. I'm pretty sure it's like a loan servicing company. Right. So it's like
it's always something kind of like
something
boring and like
boring and like it's
like real estate loan, whatever.
Yeah,
is it like real loans or is it like cash advance?
No, I think it's like real loans, and it might even be student loans. But I think I'm out of my depth at this point.
Nice.
But I just remember it being like a loan servicing company. But maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, dude, speaking of ways to make money that are sort of sinister, I think I'm going to try to get into the for-profit nursing home sector.
That's branded nursing homes.
Dude, wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big moneymaker. That's interestingly, I guess that's real estate. Right?
Yeah, true. That's actually That's
do you remember the
finale
estate. Of Succession when they all go to the Bahamas to see their mom, and then their mom, like Peter Munyon, her boyfriend, turns out he has like some scheme to like pitch to them.
Yes,
and it's like, and the scheme is like a horrible nursing home that is like just barely legal. It's just like really funny, and apparently that is. And then I was reading the Reddit, and it's like, that is like a really easy way to make money.
Whoa, I didn't realize
the government will
like,
just give you. Money for it if it passes these very minimum certifications, and then So anyway, for-profit nursing homes.
For-profit nursing homes might be the move.
Our next venture.
Yeah, and instead of, it could be a nice attraction. It's like because the staff that works at those places often just does wrestling moves on the old people anyway. It's like, what if you had WWE people, and then it's a show.
Damn, dude. And then we could be the warm up act. Like
that'd be nice.
Yeah. Then we're constantly booked.
That's true.
So like,
and also,
dude, I'm doing like 6 shows today. I've got like a 2:30 p.m., like a 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, that actually, and
dude, they're doing wrestling moves on the.
I'm pretty sure that's like, I'm pretty sure Mike Rainey is the first person to tell me about this, but it's like that is every story I hear, which is like the people that work there. But I'm pretty sure Rainey specifically, maybe I'm getting the term wrestling moves.
I mean, that
from
sounds like
Mike
Mike Rainey embellishment.
Yeah. Mike Rainey used to work in one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, shout out to Mike. But yeah, they are like, I've just heard they're quite abusive. I haven't had.
I think it probably happens. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had. I don't know if any of my grandparents have been in one of those facilities, but it seems like. And look, I get it. It's like when it's just your work, and it's like I just have to get this person to this room.
Oh sure. It's just like you're just trying to move them somewhere. And,
yeah. Suplex them.
Yeah.
But.
Dude, I have one last thing about Huberman.
Yeah,
which is this. This is like quoting him on some podcast, and they're talking about the dark triad of personality, which is an awesome name. And I'm quoting: the dark triad consists of 3 personality characteristics: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy.
Damn.
And I think
wicked.
By quoting this, the article is sort of implying that Huberman has the dark triad.
Yeah.
But that is very interesting, and I think that people have that.
Yeah.
Like, I think this guy, Adam Newman, might have the dark triad.
Yeah. Wait, so narcissism...
Machiavellianism and psychopathy. So, you know, it's like narcissism,
For
obviously,
sure.
and then the ability to... control people and strategically get them to do what you want, and then psychopathy, like not a lack of empathy, but this is something I read a book about psychopaths a while ago, and the thing that struck me that I still remember is like people usually kind of conflate sociopath and psychopath.
Yes,
but sociopath, in my understanding, is like someone who doesn't feel empathy for others or is maybe incapable of it.
Right.
Psychopath actually can feel empathy for others. They just use the information differently.
Wow.
So they're like, I know what it's like to be you, and I'm going to use that against you to get what I want.
Whoa.
This is why con men are skilled, because they give you what you want, right?
Yeah.
So I guess.
Wow.
So that I suppose that. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit cheap of the article to, you know, because it's like I don't know if Huberman is.
Right.
I don't know if that fits Huberman. It seems like, I don't know, a sex addict or a guy who cheats on women a lot. Which, you know, to do that serially is like, okay, that's like a pretty crazy.
I think that is, I mean, there's, I agree. It's like perhaps not that far, but I don't know, man. I don't like, you know, that's whatever he's doing seems fucked up. Just
yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, it's not a good.
I guess
I definitely don't want to be friends with him, and I don't want anyone I know to date him.
True.
I've actually scratched that. I would love for someone I know to date him because I would be very interested to hear about how that is.
Yeah, that's true. It might be cool, especially. That'd be cool if, like, you know, a friend we know. I mean, just had sex with him.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It'd probably be good sex.
Exactly. I bet it's fun.
Yeah.
I should try to seduce him.
Dude, I believe in you. Let's move on to the next topic today.
Yes.
Which, one second.
Thank you for the Huberman article.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Thank you for also doing the work of reading the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, I printed it out like a fucking 85-year-old to...
That's nice, though.
Be able to, you know, really, really pay attention to it, because I skim things on the screen so often. Okay, here's the next topic. What are you listening to recently?
Okay. For some reason, this is hard for me.
I can give you mine and
actually, because I see yours. Was that what we were listening to?
That was what we were listening to
in the car.
We were listening to King Crimson's Discipline in the car.
It was so good.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
It's awesome.
I really like King Crimson. I just don't know if I've ever listened to Discipline.
Dude, oh yeah. So what King Crimson are you familiar with?
Well, obviously they're like
the famous one.
Yeah,
like
In the Court of the Crimson King or
Yeah.
whatever. But then I don't know their album names. I've listened to, I guess various other
Songs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like various other albums because it's
Okay,
like
yeah.
they're also
Their famous
really-
ones are In the Court of the Crimson King. They have one called Lark's Tongue and Aspic,
I've
which
listened to that one.
Yeah, you have. Okay, I don't know that one very well. They have Red.
Okay, I haven't listened to that.
That one's good. And then what's cool about Discipline is that they changed their sound quite dramatically, where they became sort of like a new wave band almost.
So cool.
It kind of sounds like Talking Heads.
Yeah.
But it's like really like tight and technical, and it's just awesome. I just can't stop listening to it.
It sounded great when
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah. They
sounded really
they
cool
do a lot
and-
of like interlocked kind of guitar lines that are super rhythmic and loopy, and then it sort of goes out of phase a little bit. So
Yeah.
then it just like feels really like it's like very like multiplicitous and
So awesome.
it's very cool. So I'm listening to that a lot and really
So
enjoying
cool.
it. Do you have anything in mind?
I listened to this should come as not much I wish I had a more interesting answer, but I listened to Take Care by Drake again
Oh, nice.
last night.
There's
I think
something
that-
going on with him and Kendrick Lamar right now, right? Like,
Oh, that's right. I
was
haven't
it that
listened-
Kendrick
okay,
Lamar
so-
like did a verse on a song and he like went after Drake or something? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think essentially he like kind of reasserted that he's the best in the verse.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it. It's on the new Future and Metro Boomin album.
That happens every few years. It's like Kendrick Lamar releases an album, then he's kind of sleepy for a while, and then he has like a verse on something where it's like, oh my god, Kendrick's verse was crazy.
Yeah, which is cool.
It's just like, I mean, I like rap. I'm not the most knowledgeable about it.
Yeah.
I love Kendrick Lamar though. I feel
Yeah.
like him as a guest verse artist. It's just not the best. I mean, he's
agree.
amazing, obviously. So
Yeah.
he can be really like technically impressive on
No.
like a verse. But it's like what's great about him is these like insane long albums with
Yes.
like complex narratives, and that's like what I love about him.
Yeah, me too. And that I agree with you. Like, kind of just asking him to be on a song that I haven't listened to it, so I don't know
Yeah.
if he fits necessarily. I mean, he's a good rapper, so he probably
Right, he
would.
can do
but,
like cool, yeah.
but it just doesn't. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't like feel right. But the one verse that everyone, that he had a few years ago, which was on that song "Control," where
Right,
he
I
like
remember
kind of
that,
called
yeah.
out all those people. That kind of like made him a superstar a little bit.
Oh, interesting. What was that between Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because and it really like blew him up. So it's like he did that verse, and then it was a similar situation where it's like a bunch of people just like kind of got, been out of shape,
Yeah.
and then Kanye West had him open for him on his tour.
Ah.
So then he became even
Right.
like bigger. And then I think at that time he was like already on his ascent. But like there's something I kind of liked about it just being the one verse, in his history. I mean, I'm sure he has it elsewhere, but like this was a specific verse where he was like, yes, I do all these like very complete albums
Right.
about whatever idea I have, but I'm still like I don't know. There was like the honesty of that verse was more interesting to me.
Oh, cool.
Just him being like, he's like, I like all you guys, but like if it's between me and you, I'm gonna try to like kill you.
Oh, yeah. I do like that.
Which
yeah.
is just a cool.
I'm not just an artist. I'm a assassin, I guess.
Yeah, because it also kind of shows like there's like a dynamism or whatever to him because he is a more emotional, like
Right.
like sentimental, like he contains a lot more, and then that's almost a more vulnerable thing in my opinion.
To admit that you're really competitive and
Yeah.
right. But anyway, sorry, you were listening to Take Care.
Yeah, I started listening to that again.
That's one of his like early good albums, right?
I love that album. He just he sings a lot on it.
Yeah.
And it just feels very just feels like a good album to listen to. I was listening to it pretty late at night, and it's like a good album to listen to late at night just because it's like...
Is it a sleepier vibe?
It's a sleepier vibe, yeah.
Nice.
It feels like lonelier or something.
Yeah.
And Drake's voice is not as like... It sounds like further away, or so it's like not as deep as it is now.
Oh, okay.
And he just sings more on it. It's like more, I guess, R&B-ish.
I like following Drake on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, first it's a lot of like screenshots of a betting app, of a gambling app, where it's like the bets he puts on
true.
like UFC fights, and then it's like he posts like a hot girl.
I know.
Like or not like he posts a hot girl, but it's like in the manner of a hot girl. Yeah, it's
he
like
fully does.
It's like like a carousel of images from a random party and like a cryptic caption that's like kind of cunty.
Yes, it really is. It's like this. Yeah, it is like a cunty, and it usually rhymes. Because he's like a rapper or whatever. Right. But like, there is something very, that is exactly what a hot, specifically a hot girl, like
a mean hot girl.
Yeah,
it's like, I was at this party and you weren't, and you're a fucking loser, and you don't even, you can't even conceive of my life. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of energy, and I guess I cannot conceive of Drake's life. I don't know what it is like to be him.
Yeah, I can't either. I know he does have like a reverse schedule.
What do you mean?
So he like stays up all night and then sleeps.
Oh, wow.
Vampire.
That's funny. I know a guy who's like that, and he just like lives with his mom and like games a lot.
Maybe they've crossed paths.
Yeah, right, yeah. On
Drake games.
On Apex Legends or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, let's move on to what are you reading recently?
Yes.
You wrote The Deer Park by Norman Mailer. Tell me about that. Did we talk about this already?
Maybe we talked about it off
mic. All right,
I think off mic. I can't remember. Maybe that was one of the maybe that was the first one.
Tell me more about Deer Park.
I guess I'm still like early into it. But moving along, this is the first time I've read a Norman Mailer book that's fiction. So it's an interesting.
I believe people say his fiction was worse than his nonfiction.
I feel that way.
I feel like his best known book is The Executioner's Song.
Yeah, The Executioner's Song, which I haven't read.
Yeah, and then he was also just like a public intellectual.
Yeah.
Like who would just go on like talk shows and say outlandish things. Yeah,
he was. I mean, just if you read his like nonfiction, it's like, dude, this guy has like a crazy massive brain.
Yeah,
where it's like, I'm kind of understanding this,
right?
But it's like, so he's just like very smart, very like good writer when it comes to like being like a journalist and nonfiction like essay kind of thing. He also was like, I think he was like a really big drinker and kind of like a womanizer,
right?
Which is like, I mean, maybe he is kind of like the model, like it's, or I guess like Hemingway, but like this is like a cliche. Or like or like the quintessential, like writer, like novelist.
Yeah, I mean that's
whatever.
like Phil Roth. Same thing.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Can you imagine novelists being famous enough to womanize? I mean,
that's true. It's like There's no
Dude,
room for that.
they were the Huberman of their time.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's perfectly put. They were, because it's like there's no way, it's like Sally Rooney is not. She can't
Right. Yeah.
have. I mean, she probably could if she wanted to, but like,
yeah, dude, she's got dudes in her DMs.
yeah. Well, she's also
She got like communist undergrads.
right, and she's also a little bit like she blew up. She's like
Yeah,
popular. I
she's
guess
like I would say she's
like the Huberman of writers right now. We're just going in like a loop.
This is like the only way we understand things anymore. It's like, yeah, Jesus Christ was kind of the Huberman of Judea. Dude, yeah, Sally Rooney. I guess she's famous.
Yeah,
But I also think you ask the average person on the street, do you know who Sally Rooney is? They would have no idea.
yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I guess just from knowledge, but yeah, you're right. I mean, it's like people aren't, they go and give it like a speech somewhere. People will show up, but people aren't like clamoring.
Yeah,
like Huberman probably packs it out.
yeah, he does.
Probably
Packs
it
out
in.
that pussy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he packs it in too.
Wait,
If
so
we're on the
but the
same
Deer Park
page.
is it fun to read? Are you enjoying on like a
Yeah, I kind of am a little bit.
page?
I think the book takes place like in the 50s or something, which is always kind of. I think there's just like in terms of language and the way people like talk to one another and like romance in that era is pretty fun to read about.
Yeah,
And he does a pretty good job of like portraying what that's like.
that's nice.
And it's also like a sexy story,
Yeah.
just sexy, and it's like alluring. It's like about this rich town. I mean, I think it's essentially supposed to be Palm Springs,
Right.
but it's like just a fake town that is sort of like that.
And what, like couples are cheating on each other and there's intrigue involved?
I mean, so far it's more of just like a bunch of people that are in the movie business
Yeah.
go out and like stay there. And it's
yeah.
kind of like this like kind of communal, like everyone knows everyone gets drunk with everyone. The narrator of this book is currently like sleeping with his friend's ex-wife, and then his friend is sleeping with their other friend's ex-girlfriend, and it's just like
Nice.
this weird cycle of
Right.
stuff like that. But I mean, this is the very beginning, and it seems like this is the setup to the rest of the story, which I don't know is coming. But it's kind of fun to read.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm reading His Master's Voice by Stanislav Lem, Polish science fiction writer.
Wow,
Brilliant. His most famous book is Solaris, which a couple movies were made based on it.
Okay, so you've read this guy before?
I have read Solaris.
Oh, okay.
And this is a book about first contact. Like we get a message from the stars, and they gather together a bunch of scientists to figure out what it means.
Wow.
And it's about that process.
That's
and
cool.
the whole book is them. They don't figure it out.
Oh,
And it's interesting.
that's awesome.
I read Carl Sagan's Contact before this.
Yeah.
Which is the same premise, but they do figure it out. They build a machine, and the machine goes to meet the aliens.
Wow.
This is a spoiler for Contact, but
That's fine.
and Carl Sagan, American scientist, would like go on the Tonight Show, very like optimistic, cheery guy, and then here's Polish sci-fi writer Stanislav Lem, Holocaust survivor.
Wow.
And and I think Poland was it a part of the Soviet Union?
Yeah.
I think lived in Poland and under restrictive.
Wow.
So it's just like very interesting to see like the same story told through a radically different personality and
Totally.
like from a different political point of view, where it's like, yeah, these scientists get together, they try to figure out this message, they don't. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's sort
what
of
a cool
nihilistic.
story
Yeah, it's
to
awesome.
not figure it out.
I know, I love it. Yeah, and they like get some glimpses of it where it's like these biologists are able to replicate a part of the message that seems to create this kind of goopy substance that they're like, maybe this is like what the sender of the message is, and they're just like showing us that, or it's maybe this is like a machine of some kind. It's very cool.
Wow.
So I'm loving it.
It's really cool. Also, very interesting. Holocaust survivor, just being like, I'll just write science fiction. Like, not even because I'm so familiar with Holocaust survivors writing like memoirs and stuff. And
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I'm not taking away from. I mean, a lot of those books are like incredible. But
I think he also had to sort of downplay being Jewish in the political context he was in. So that was a part of it too.
That is crazy. That's so cool.
There's another writer who was Primo Levi.
Oh yeah,
who I love. I don't know if you've read him.
I've read one of them. I guess maybe his. Excuse me, his thing, like the one.
Yeah, his famous book is Survival in Auschwitz, but he's written a lot of memoirs. I just bought one called The Periodic Table because he was a chemist. So it's about these. He like has like each chapter is about an element, and I think he weaves in like personal like narrative.
Actually, Periodic Table. I never read it. I got it as a gift for our friend Matt McCusker.
Oh, cool! That book?
Yeah, that book.
Cool.
And he called me after he read it, and he was like, "Yo, I just finished that book you gave me. That's fucking bullshit."
Really? He didn't like it?
I just didn't like it.
Damn. Well, I'm excited to read it, and I've read other Primo Levi books, and I mean he's just an astonishingly good writer, and he writes like memoir about.
So cool.
But it's like
insane. I mean, not cool, but cool that he wrote a memoir. Like, and he is a very
he committed suicide. Yeah,
or
possibly it's like he fell off of like a landing, like in an apartment. So it's like but yeah, a lot of Holocaust survivors eventually killed themselves.
So great. I mean, it's tragic. Jesus. But yeah, there's a clarity with which a lot of Holocaust survivors write that I find very striking.
Yeah.
It's just
This reminds me that, I don't know if I've said this. No, I didn't say this on air yet. One time we were at a bookstore, and I saw a book called Born to Kvetch, which is about the Yiddish language, and you said, "Oh, is that written by Elie Wiesel?" Who's a famous Holocaust writer, and it was very funny, and I think the people should know.
Damn, my bad. That's so funny.
It was good. Okay, dude, let's move on to spam, which is, you said this was not spam. So usually we try to talk about spam content online, spam emails.
Yeah.
You wrote, not spam, but a Lyft driver texted me, "Where are you?" It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
Right. And I think it was like just an automated message, but that's a new... I guess I just don't take Lyfts that often anymore, but...
I think that is a feature where they can just pull up chat, and then there's like preset messages, and "Where are you?" is one of them.
But that's just it just feels so...
It feels, I'm pressed already.
Yeah, pressed, exactly. So it just made me laugh when I saw it, but I was like, oh shit, I'm like in trouble. So... What
ethnicity was the Uber driver?
It was a black lady.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Because if it was like, guy from Bangladesh, that's even better, even more like, It
was my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true. What was her name?
We don't have to.
What was her first and last name and license plate number? She was very nice, and
that's nice. Okay, yeah.
But I was already, like you said, I was pressed. So like as soon as I got in, I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, yeah, it's okay." It was like quick, but it was like, that might have been actual type. That's so.
You think she might have actually typed it?
To actually type "Where are you?"
That's aggressive. Yeah.
That's so aggressive.
I don't think I would say that to someone who I was like waiting for. Even I'd be like,
way.
I would couch it in so much preliminary.
Yeah.
Hey, just wondering. Hey, I got here. I'm just. Hey, what's your? I asked you what's your status earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't know. Was that fine? That didn't feel too aggressive?
No, I like the what's your status. I mean, I don't mind. It's like, where you at? What's going on?
Yeah, what's cooking?
It's just give me give me an update.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not necessarily like, where are you, or what do you, like, why aren't you something. So,
dude, Uber driver texts, "Good morning, beautiful."
ooh.
Yeah, yeah. What was the other one? Hi there. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
That
Hi
is
there.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm outside. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hi there is really...
It's awesome.
Yeah,
we got to
it's
start
nice.
using it. Okay, word of the week. You had strap hanger. Tell me about strap hanger.
That's a very, like, newspaper term.
It's very news. Yeah, I know that it refers to a person on the, like a commuter on the subway who I guess is standing and holding on to.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from. Yeah.
But what's the strap? Did they? Because I don't see straps in the subway. I see like handles and.
So old subway cars had straps instead of the bar.
Got it.
So it was like it was like almost like a little, just straps that came down. They were like, like kind of like they moved with. They weren't like stationary.
Got it. Yeah.
So that's where. Yeah,
they were made of some kind of fabric. They weren't like.
I think they were leather, plastic, or something.
Right. Okay.
Polyurethane.
Did you see it? Did you see this in the Deer Park?
No. I think I probably saw it in the New York Post like a
classic.
week ago.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's it's like madman on the subway slashes strap hanger with pocket knife or whatever.
Dude, good, yeah. Do you think they did Madman or like Sicko?
Yeah. It is probably like that. Yeah.
Strap hanger. That's good. That is good. Okay,
yeah.
I've got two.
Two good ones.
Bozo.
This is a good sentence for the three
strap
of these
hanger,
together.
Bozo jacked. Yeah. Jacked Bozo strap hanger. I guess would be. That's. I mean, New York Post could do something with that for sure. But yeah,
Bozo's so good.
Is really good. It's come back into fashion. I think recently. It's like, I mean, R.I.P. Bozo. We've talked about off mic, but like when someone dies that you don't like, people will say R.I.P. Like I think people said that a lot about like Henry Kissinger, like R.I.P. Bozo.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bozo.
It's so funny because it's like incredibly insulting. It's like I feel like calling someone bozo like in the wrong neighborhood would get you killed almost faster than like another word that's more offensive. Like,
no, I agree. It's like the word especially in like if you're in like a rough neighborhood. It's like tapping someone on the head.
Yes,
it's like a really
exactly.
disrespectful,
it's incredibly
action.
disrespectful. Yeah.
It's
amazing collection of letters. B-O-Z-O. It's just great. It like, dude, it's so funny. I also love that it's old fashioned, so it like wasn't offensive for a really long time.
True.
And now it just the way that it's come back into speech, it's like so venomous.
Yeah, it's true, and it's like punchy. It's
goofy.
Yeah, it's goofy. It's like funny just on its own. Like the word is just funny on its own,
and it's clean. It's not a curse word.
That's true too.
But it's like calling someone a bozo is more offensive than calling them a bitch.
Yeah, true.
Which is wild.
Bozo.
So I love bozo.
Yeah,
and then we
good.
got jacked, which we
great.
mentioned earlier, talking about Andrew Huberman. Great. It's one of the best ways to refer to someone very muscular.
Yeah, and I like it. It is kind of versatile too. It's like I like just jacked. It's perfect for just a muscular person. Yeah. But like you can also be like jacked up.
Oh,
and
sure.
There's like I'm jacked up.
Jacked off, obviously. I mean,
jacking off is.
Is that your favorite way to?
No, it's actually not. But it's funny.
What's the funniest way to refer to masturbation?
This is okay. I don't use this.
Yeah.
But another friend, Tommy Pope, says cock bobbin.
Cock bobbin. Okay, that's not bad.
It's just a funny.
Yeah.
It's such a specific. I feel like underused, but I like.
Yeah, it's a little. And with all respect to Tommy, it's a little cute to me.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little try-hard-ish, I guess. Mm-hmm. A little too poetical.
It is very. It's wordy. It's much more wordy, but I guess it's like it's refreshing from like I was jerking off.
Jerking off is bad. Yeah.
So mechanical.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of joyless.
I
Pulling
mean,
your pud is an old one.
FAP is so funny.
FAP is good. Yeah, FAP's
FAP is so
really
funny.
Yeah,
We
yeah. That's you know what I like? That's like onomatopoeia. And also, it's very funny. Well, it's funny because it also now its association with no FAP.
True.
So it's so internety.
Yeah. That's true too, yeah. And I like how FAP is so silly, and I feel like everyone is, when everyone uses that word, they're being silly, but no FAP is very serious. And like
absolutely.
The community around it is like, I mean, we're no FAP. Like,
no, for
I'm
sure.
on no FAP.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me.
It's an identity. It's a lifestyle. It's, yeah.
But calling someone a like jack off is really
that's,
great.
That's very old school. That's
I
like,
love that.
Very like 50s to 70s. I feel like
fucking jack off.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
What do you think of jag off?
I like jag off. I think I like the CK.
Yeah, you like the hardness of it. I agree
yeah.
with that.
But jag off is great, and it's very like quick and easy, and like you kind of just like. You can let one of those go.
Yeah. Going back to the muscular definition of jacked, though.
Oh yeah, my bad.
No. Listen, I'm always happy to talk about jacking off, but with jacked as muscular, I was thinking of other like. What do you think of jacked versus ripped? Jacked is better, right?
Yeah, ripped kind of like gives me a different picture slightly.
Oh, interesting. Wait,
like,
let me throw some. Okay, jacked, ripped, shredded, yoked, huge.
Yeah. So like yoked and jacked, I kind of put together, and then ripped
definitely.
and shredded are something different to me. Where it's like,
are you picturing a different guy for each?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Not for each, but like for the two.
Mm-hmm.
So. Huberman is jacked.
Okay,
I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a matter of public record.
It's true.
According to New York Magazine, he is jacked.
I mean, staking your journalistic integrity on.
Yeah. That'd be funny to fact check. Like if the fact checkers were like, "Is he jacked?" Like,
we might have to do that. Cause a problem at New York Mag.
Okay, so jacked and yoked are together, ripped and shredded are together. So who do you picture for ripped and shredded?
So ripped and shredded, I'm thinking more of like, I'm thinking
Schwarzenegger, jacked. Okay,
like bulky, like,
and then like Gosling, shredded.
Gosling's more shredded,
right?
I'm
so it's like
more of like guys who teach. Like P90X.
Okay,
it's like they're muscular, but it's really the lean.
Yeah, lean muscle.
There's like a lean quality to it.
Okay, I never thought about this distinction, but I'm somewhat convinced by by this. Okay, here's two others. I read a couple of Conan the Barbarian stories, the original like Robert E. Howard stories.
Cool.
He uses corded with muscle a lot.
Whoa.
Corded is good, right?
Corded is such a good old word.
Yeah, that's very good. And then
corded with muscle.
That's a
great description.
And then I heard the very funny comedian Billy Princell use this on stage once, vascular. Which is so good. It's just like that's not even like referring to the muscles, it's more like that it's like you're so pumped up that there's veins popping out.
Damn.
It's like freakish.
That's true.
Yeah, I think he literally said, "I wanted to be more vascular." Shout out Billy, very amazing comic, but
awesome comedian.
That cracked me up.
That is so funny, vascular. I would say that's jacked too. That's like a jacked person because it's
to me, vascular feels more. Well, I don't know. I guess like
that's like a
people that
combo.
are like taking steroids.
Yeah,
you're right. That's like when you're at that level, that is like you're bulking in this crazy way.
But there's like some sort of combo there, like vascular, because both guys want to be vascular.
And then let me go back to now jacking off. This is something I want people to use more as like ropes. like blowing ropes. That's like kind of something that I don't know. I just don't hear as much, and I think it's very
true.
funny.
I don't think people. I mean, myself included, unfortunately.
You don't think you blow ropes?
Well, I don't think people give themselves the chance to
because
let a rope, because I feel like you're coming into like a condom or or a orifice or a tissue.
Right. Sure.
So it's like you're not really seeing.
That's true.
And
yeah. The visual's gone. Also, I think that you might need to indulge with a little bit of nofap to build up the ropes.
True. That's true too.
Yeah.
One of my friends in college told me if you see. Dude, he swore this happened. He swore if you sit on an ice pack and jack off, you like fire a fucking rope, like crazy.
On like how big of like a grocery store like
no,
ice pack?
just like laser, like just speed, like more of like just not.
Oh no, but I mean, how big of an ice pack? I'm trying to do this. Like,
I would imagine probably just like one of those little cooler things.
Oh sure, yeah.
I don't think it has to be like a block of dry ice.
Yeah. What if you put just like a little ice cube in your butt?
that actually might
just feels good. Yeah,
probably that actually might be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then it will melt over time.
Yeah.
Just the properties of an ice cube,
dude. Nice. This is, by the way, sleepover talk.
It truly is.
I mean,
yeah,
beyond sleepover talk.
It is, but I just had to. That may be. Yeah,
no, that's very, and it's good. I think it's good advice for the people to know.
Corded. Could you use cord as rope?
Oh, like cords of cum. Well, also, I was thinking. I'm making this up, but to describe a muscular guy is he's roped. What do you think of that?
It's pretty good because it does kind of look rope-ish.
Yeah, it does. I mean, and it's corded it's the same thing, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to catch on. I'm going to try and see. Like, yo, dude, that dude was roped.
I actually kind of like it.
All right. That's good. We got a little bit. We got a little bit of momentum.
Mm-hmm. I got a word for next week too. Now that you've mentioned this, you've kind of triggered my.
Beautiful. Well, let's finish with poetry.
Yeah.
Hilarious transition to. Rupi Kaur. How do I pronounce her name?
It's Kaur?
Rupi Kaur.
I could be wrong.
I've heard of this person, but I don't know much about her.
I barely...
Is that the pronouns? Her?
I think so. Yeah.
Why don't you read this poem?
Okay. So the poem is called "I Sit on a Chair That Isn't Mine." Not one of the words in that title is capitalized. But let's start. I sit on a chair that isn't mine, and I feel it. I know that I am a guest in someone else's home, so I don't complain when they tell me, it is not yours, you do not belong. What do you think?
I don't know what it means, but I like it.
Okay, nice.
I like that. Well, it's very short and punchy.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I read a poem that I don't like, what I feel is a mental vagueness.
Yes.
Words come together and they do not paint a picture at all. Mm-hmm. And in this poem, I'm like, the point of view is clear and I'm confused by it and sort of want to know more.
Yeah.
It's like this, because I guess I think of being a guest at someone's home as kind of a nice thing. Mm-hmm. And this seems to be a very hostile guest and host interaction.
True.
Why did you choose this poem?
I think I'm just kind of like fascinated by the Rupi Kaur, whatever.
Yeah.
However you pronounce it. So she...
Rupi Cars 2 at Pixar. Sorry.
I think I'm just like kind of fascinated because people bill her as a quote unquote insta poet.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's where I've like heard of her. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, this is where Rupi Kaur is where Rick Rubin got the idea to post his own quotes on his Instagram page. Oh, because he saw hers and he was like, "That seems like a good idea."
Nice.
But I think I just find it fascinating because it's like she became major,
Yeah.
huge, got all these book deals. She's a very famous poet now, because she was just putting these short little poems. Some of them are so short that people argue they're like, this isn't a poem.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So, but it fits in the little Instagram box.
Damn,
Picture.
dude. Yeah, dude. Damn. Editing a poem to fit the Instagram aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's.
I mean, not that that's what she's doing, but like.
But it
Yeah.
like just whatever her style is works out perfectly,
Yeah.
and I wonder if it was influenced by just having been a user of Instagram.
Wow. Yeah.
So I find that kind of interesting. The other thing is like, typically, like, I don't know, hearing about this, I kind of had like a judginess because
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. But it's like, this isn't bad. I don't mind this poem. I don't like it or dislike it. But I guess I can't tell. But I'm not like, this is bad poetry.
Yeah.
I kind of like some of this stuff.
It's funny. Now that I know more about her being like an Instagram poet,
Yeah.
I want to like it less.
Me too.
I want to pick it apart. And
Yeah, me too.
part of me was like, is this a metaphor for like colonialism?
Right.
And then if that's what it is, it's kind of boring to me.
I agree. It's like very, if that's the case, and I think I could be wrong. I read like a couple of hers when I was putting this together.
Yeah.
Or just, like looking for a good one. And I'm pretty sure there was one based on, or like related to colonialism.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't
Put it past her.
Yeah.
If this is about colonialism, this is the most polite colonizer.
Yeah, true.
Just like, Hernan Cortez comes to Mexico and he's like, you guys are right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like it more imagining that it's just this weirdly charged interpersonal interaction between a guest and a host of some kind.
I agree. If it's not like, if this is literal,
Yeah.
I like it.
That's often, sometimes when people are like, oh, this story's an allegory
Yeah.
for something, I'm just more interested in what is like in the literal story. Like, did you see that movie Mother, Darren Aronofsky?
Mm-mm.
It's this crazy movie with Jennifer Lawrence, about, it's like she's living in the country with her husband, and he invites a bunch of people to their house, and then eventually it's like there's like 900 people there, and she just like can't deal with it, and then she like has a baby and they eat her baby.
Whoa.
And I think it's supposed to be some sort of meditation on like the Garden of Eden, or there's like a biblical component to it. But I just love the movie just as like, this is about like having way too many people over at your house and it being really stressful.
Yeah, it's just a wild story.
And it's just like very, very, it's very compelling and yeah. So Rupi Kaur, very interesting. I think I like this poem, but I'm not sure what it means. And I don't think I'll follow her on Instagram.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I don't think poetry belongs on Instagram.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also
I think you need a little bit more time to sit with something beyond just like swiping through shit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like that.
Yeah.
But it's
No, but I appreciate the opportunity to tussle with.
Yeah, it's interesting to be
material.
like there's something to it maybe. I don't know. At least to review it or like read it and actually engage with it.
Yeah, give it a try, not just like
yeah.
Automatically dismiss it.
I mean, honestly, printing it out is probably, and this is no shade to Rupi Kaur, but it's like it's probably doing the poem a favor.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, next section and final section would be miscellaneous / key learnings. So miscellaneous, just if there's any final thoughts you had, key learnings, if there's any kind of takeaways or action items you're
Action
coming
items.
away. Yeah.
Action items. Remember my word of the week for next week. That's a personal one.
Yeah.
Homework assignment. Action item for me. I'm probably gonna read that Huberman article.
Yeah, you should. Oh, dude, I'll give you the printed out.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love to read a printed out one at a Blue Bottle coffee.
Yeah. Okay, my this is miscellaneous. This is a joke I tried earlier today at the show that you went to that bombed, but I think it's a funny idea, which is there's a country in the Middle East called Jordan and a country in Africa called Chad. I think it'd be funny if there's a country in Asia called Brett.
Which is funny.
I think that's funny, but
That's funny.
It didn't.
I don't think people...
They didn't like that. Or they just were bored. They seemed bored by it, or
I think
it's maybe not surprising enough of a jump. I don't know.
I think it's funny as that. Perhaps there was a tension with like.
Yeah, they were like, "Uh-oh, what are you gonna? You're gonna say things about Africa in the Middle East."
So I think that maybe did something.
Yeah,
but I think that made me laugh, and that is funny.
Country called Brett just makes me laugh.
It's funny, dude.
Maybe there's a different guy's name that I could. Oh yeah, and then you know what? I forgot that this was another part I was going to add, which is what if there was a frat guy named South Sudan to go the other way with it.
I'm glad you brought this up. So now you remember.
Yeah, no, that's good. So that's
so funny.
That's my action item, I guess. Is try that.
Try that.
But yeah, otherwise, I think that's all we got today.
Lovely.
All right. Well, hello, dear.
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear. Kind thanks for listening to our splendid podcast and bequeathing your attention to our lucrative enterprise. If you enjoyed what you heard, please do the needful and transmit the relevant information to all of your personal and professional contacts as soon as possible, or I shall be forced to unfold your private banking details to all interested parties. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. Wishing you many miracles and luxuries. Hello, dear.